I kissed Lucy on the neck, and she looked at me with her warm brown eyes, a grin on her face. I've seen that look several times before, and good things always followed it. I slipped a hand underneath her scrubs. She was a medical student, and I was considering stopping the elevator as it descended. It was late, and there usually wasn't anyone in this part of the university. We barely noticed when the elevator slowed down and opened, and a nervous-looking man entered. He was wearing a large lab coat. It looked a bit stained and dirty, but then again, it's a lab coat. I heard Lucy gasp as we broke apart from our embrace, and I quickly removed my hand from where it was. The man stood across from us, but he wasn't looking at us. He seemed to be staring into nothing, seemingly deep in thought, rocking back and forth on his feet. He looked like your stereotypical absent-minded professor. I fought the urge to smile as I concluded to myself that this man was probably Lucy's prof. She was easily embarrassed. Finally, the door opened, and Lucy pulled me out of that elevator, out into the lobby. I started to laugh. "Who was that? Your professor?" I asked her as we walked. I glanced over my shoulder, and the guy was right behind us, walking quickly. I looked back at Lucy and grinned. She stared back with her big brown eyes, but I felt alarmed as I saw the panic in them. "No," she said, gripping my arm tight and pulling me faster. "We were studying that corpse a few hours ago." "What's up with that guy?" I asked under my breath, watching the twitchy little man slink down the hallway. He disappeared behind his door to the sound of a dozen locks turning. "That guy," said the janitor as he got on the elevator with me, "is Hollis J. Finkelton, the richest man in the world." That made me laugh. "Really? What's he doing living in my building?" "Oh, I know all the gossip." The janitor winked. "Get this. The story goes that Mr. Finkelton once beat the devil at his own game. No, I swear. He pulled a fast one before old Nick could pull any dirty tricks on him. So he won their bet, and bickety-bam, he's richer than rich." "Right. So where's his mansion? And the limos?" The janitor snorted. "You ever considered what it'd be like to hand the devil his own hat?" "I'd feel pretty good, I think." "Oh, sure. At first. Then it might make you a bit worried. A bit paranoid. Somewhat non-compos mentis, if you catch my italic. You might not trust a single soul from then on. After all, it's not the kind of thing I can just let slide." The doors opened again, and I hurried off of the suddenly empty elevator. The snow finally stopped, leaving a blanket of white around my house. No work, no school, no roads. That's why I had to let the man stay a while. I mean, who would send a poor stranger back out into the cold after he'd come to the door for help? He was shivering, wet from the recent snowfall. Curious, however, that I didn't notice any footprints leading up to the house as I let him in. Must be a trick of the light. The man is so strange. I feel him watching me, but when I glance back at him, he's just staring straight ahead. He doesn't talk. I don't think I've even seen him eat. He just sits there, shivering, his hair and clothing dripping. The missing footprints are bothering me, so I check by the front door again. No snow has fallen since he arrived, but I still don't see any footprints. Wait, I was wrong. There are footprints. Just not coming from the road. I check around the side of the house and, sure enough, there they are. My eyes follow them from the porch, across the backyard, just past the trees, and then they stop at the old well that's been boarded up since I moved in. Squinting my eyes, I see that the well has been opened. Behind me, I hear a steady drip, drip, drip